What's going on, guys? It's Ro. You know, we over here. We're gonna talk about it, man. Yo, there's been an epidemic of some soft dudes, man. I don't know what the soft boy era is. We're gonna get into that though, man. If Tell me what that soft boy stuff is in the comments. I'm not 100% sure what it means. If somebody has an accurate definition, but man, we're gonna get into it, man. I haven't seen this yet, but this is LA LAHWF, man. We gonna get into it. We gonna see what he's talking about, man. It's gonna be about men that cry. My input, I have one, but we're gonna see what he's talking about first, man.
In front of a woman? Is it a turn off when a guy cries? Maybe even too early on in the relationship. Has a guy ever cried in front of you? Cried in front of a woman? Did you call him in men's vulnerability, emotional men, and being open emotionally? Please pull that like button's hair. Olivia, has a guy ever
You got a lot to think about.
in front of you?
Yes.
Was it a turn off?
Not really.
Okay.
I wouldn't say turn on, but I don't know,
Yeah.
it depends on the situation.
Should men be more emotionally vulnerable?
Yes, but not too early in the.
Bro, what does that mean? Emotionally available. I think that's something that people say, but they don't really actually know what it means, man. Being more emotionally available. Guys who are usually emotionally available are in jail. That the guys who are so very much emotional is horny, mad, and and happy and joyous, goofy. You know, so it's nah, man. So being more than that, you're talking about extremes of those. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want an emotionally available guy. You asking for a lot. I don't think you can handle it.
Relationship
Why do you say that?
could be a turn off.
It kind of implies they're a little weak or drama pants.
Could.
Yeah.
It depends what they're crying about, but
Okay.
yeah.
YouTube. Oh, you guys YouTubers?
See, that doesn't make sense. You want somebody who's emotionally available, but you don't want them to cry either. It's like, yeah, a lot of females don't want their guy to cry. A lot of females don't know what to think of when that happens because they never seen the shit happen. They just want they're just curious, bro. That's it. Whenever the females say that they want their guy to be emotionally available and quote unquote shed a tear, they don't know how they're going to react to that until they see it. How they're going to see it is going to be as a sign of weakness, and they're going to be turned off by it. Subconsciously, they will be, you know, and they won't know why. They'll feel bad about the situation that they look low upon you for doing it, because it doesn't make sense because they see their girls cry all the time, but as soon as they see their man cry, it's something different.
Yeah. So what's your name?
I'm Olivia.
I'm Toby.
You guys,
Look
what
like he
what
cried.
like aspect were you just talking about?
The vulnerability of the male species.
Are you guys dating?
No.
Okay. Are you would you yeah, so is
Damn, bro. She did not claim him at all, cuz. She was like, hell no, I don't date this soy, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. You can, man, that's sad, bro. I feel sorry for dude. Look at the way this dude's staring out into space like, damn, she was really so quick to say hell no to me, man. He wondering why he's standing next to her right now.
it a turn off when a guy cries?
No, not necessarily.
Would you feel comfortable being vulnerable? I guess it depends on the woman.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
You don't get scared that she would like tell all her friends and stuff?
I think like if you're in like a long,
I think he looks the pickle, guys.
I don't know, like if you're in like a really long and strong relationship, like I don't think it matters, and I think it's good to be vulnerable, but like I don't know, early on in like a relationship with a girl, I probably wouldn't cry in front of her.
Yeah, you feel like she could like weaponize it later?
I don't think I would pick someone who would weaponize it, but I think there are people out there who could definitely weaponize it.
It has to be the right environment.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like you have to have trust within each other. You can't just like, I don't know. That's like a big thing to me is like trust.
Why are you treating your boy like a girlfriend? That's what it sounds like.
So
You want guys to be more emotionally open?
I mean, I wouldn't say like, I don't know, I wouldn't say I go for guys that like just cry all day long, but like I think that it's definitely comforting when a guy like knows how he feels emotionally and is like not afraid to like break down those walls, I guess.
All right. Carter, do you feel like it's a good idea for a man to cry in front of a woman?
I think it's an okay idea. I don't think it's a problem. It shouldn't be a problem.
I really don't think it's a problem either. I think everyone has an opportunity to be vulnerable, or should have an opportunity to be vulnerable regardless of your gender, your sex.
All right. I guess guys are concerned it might imply or send a message that they're unmanly or weak. You feel like that's a valid concern?
Well, no, because other guys started that. Males themselves started the whole, you have to be super manly, you have to be a gym god, you know, like you have to be super in shape in order to, you know, feel something, which isn't.
Hi, bro. See, the guys are being like dragged through the mud. All right, now he's saying it's like, oh, it's the guy's expectations to be hard and be strong and and I don't want to be strong. It's all right, bro. Then what the fuck are you? Are you weak? Are you strong or are you weak? And are you gonna tell your girl that? Which one of those things are you gonna tell your girl? Because depending on your answer, your girl is either gonna leave you for a Chad or some other shit. He knows what he needs to be. A lot of guys just choose not to be that and try not to talk about it. Kind of like what we talked about in the other video, bro. They just try to get desensitized and try to look the other way towards the things that they're supposed to do. Right? So that's what it is, man. It's you don't want to be a part of the I don't know what that's not the patriarchy. They don't want to be anything or have any duty towards being anything. A lot of guys just trying to like do away with the responsibility of being a man. That's really what it is.
True, and it should never be the case. You know, you should be able to feel comfortable in your own skin no matter what you do.
All right. You don't feel like it's maybe even too early on in the relationship it could be a turnoff?
I mean, not really. I mean, we've been dating for about 15 months.
Okay.
And one thing that really stood out to me is how, sensitive he was, how emotional. Like, I feel like men that are...
Did you see him cut his eyes? He was like, did you catch that? Oh, no, let me see that.
Really stood out to me is how, sensitive he was, how emotional.
Do you see his eyes? He was like, huh? He was like she said, so tell me your man's ain't a bitch without being that. That's how it is, how sensitive he was. He's like, he questioned a lot of stuff about the guy next to him right now, being like, what you mean by that?
Like, I feel like
question.
Men that are vulnerable kind of have an increased amount of emotional intelligence, and I really do find that attractive in a man who can express their emotions and do it in a healthy way. I feel like, being vulnerable, like we have an unhealthy connotation to it, but it can actually be a beautiful thing, and you can actually connect with the person more, have a deeper connection with them.
Very nice. It's a very healthy viewpoint. Julian, you ever cried in front of a woman?
Yes, I have, but only my mom.
Okay, would you ever, do you feel like it's a bad idea to be emotionally open in front of a woman that you're dating?
No, not at all. I think showing emotion is probably the best way for someone to get to know you. I mean, I'm a pretty emotional guy. I'll admit that right now. So.
Same. Yeah, I'm a big crybaby.
I'm a big crier whenever it's like I'm happy. Oh my gosh, I'm just flooding from the eyes. So.
You don't feel like it sends any kind of messages to girls, maybe unconsciously or subconsciously, that you're weak or unmanly, or that it might turn them off in any way?
Well, I don't know how to answer that because I'm not a woman, but like,
yeah, I
just personally don't care, because if they judge you upon that, then are they really someone you want to be with? So
right on.
There you go. All right.
Thank you. Jason, you ever been emotionally open or vulnerable in front of a woman?
Sure. Yes.
Just like your wife.
So, I mean, it's not a. It depends on what kind of emotion it is, man. If it's a sign of weakness, it's a double-edged sword for you. A female more than likely they're not going to see any type of weakness coming from you as a positive thing. Now, there's a difference between you being like completely emotionless around your girl or a girl or anybody, and you know, laughing, making jokes, you know, not being a cube or an NPC, and just, you know, like some of these guys who always get blazed off of you know, all these drugs. They kind of like they try to stay stoic at all times, no facial expressions, and then the only question that they ask you is like, hey, you want to smoke? And then that's all they do. And you know, that's all they're about. It's like, maybe that's who these females saying aren't emotionally intelligent, and maybe that's what it is. But most guys, bro, they have a sense of humor. I'd say most guys do. But yeah, but what other emotion are you asking for? You know, are you asking, I guess, what compassion of you talking about like, oh, you know, a girl got your order wrong at Starbucks? Like, you know, we're going to look at you and be like, man, that's crazy. You know, but it's like, we ain't got no other input. It's like, if you want something else, like, talk to your girlfriend about that. You know, it's like, I can give you an emotion, but the thing about it is it's not going to be real. And these guys that probably are emotionally intelligent, they're faking it to appease you. Is that what you want? I guess so.
Wife, or
Yes.
do you feel like too early on in the relationship it can be a bad idea, like a turnoff?
For a woman, yes, I do.
Have you had a bad experience before?
No, but I've heard of things happening.
Like it can imply like a guy's weak or unmanly or whatever.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get concerns that your wife, I don't know, gossips about your...
Talks to her friends about it?
Yeah.
No. Some women probably would, making fun of you.
Yeah, it's kind of a context and maturity thing, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Has a guy ever cried in front of you?
Yes.
Yo, why she got a corn dog? A corn dog on a plate, bro. She just needs a knife and a fork, man. Why do you got a corn dog on a plate? And he's looking at it too. He's like, why you got this corn dog? I can't get. What's she talking about, man? Oh, okay.
Was it a turnoff?
I feel like it made us closer, actually.
Very nice.
Friend.
Okay, so it was platonic.
Yes.
How about you?
Platonic.
Yeah.
Was it? Do you feel like it was? Do you guys like it when guys are more emotionally vulnerable?
Yes. Usually.
I would say yes. It doesn't have to be necessarily crying in front of you,
Yeah.
but I think it makes you closer, and I think being vulnerable is something that's lacking in our society right now.
Okay, so why you say not necessarily crying? It's kind of implies they're like maybe weaker or more unmanly.
What other emotion are they asking for besides? Are they're not being specific about the type of emotion or the type of actions that they want to come from the guy. They're being very vague about it because they don't know.
It does.
Or yeah, do you feel like it's a bad idea too early in the relationship maybe to show tears, shed tears and?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, I guess a lot of guys' concern is that the girl can weaponize it later in a future argument, or talk about it with their friends. You think any those are valid concerns?
I don't think if it's the right person, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's kind of a maturity thing, context. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Laura, has a guy ever cried in front of you?
They have, yes.
Were you turned off?
No. No. Not at all.
That's good. You're sweet.
Yeah, what's up with these people at this college, man? Look, bro, you got corn dog chick, and I guess she's sipping ice water, or is that boba? Why is she holding on to that, man?
Good about it.
Yes, of course. There's nothing wrong with a man crying. Yeah.
A lot of guys are concerned that it implies it'll send a message that they're weak or unmanly, and that it'll be a turn off too early in the relationship.
I don't believe that at all. I feel like that's a misconception that a lot of people have, and that needs to be talked about a little bit more. And there's really nothing wrong. Like we're all human. We all have emotions and need to express those emotions. So it's really okay for anybody to cry.
All right. Do you gossip with your girlfriends after?
No.
Yes, you do.
No. No, I do not.
I'm just kidding.
No. No,
Oh,
you have to
she
treat
talking
it like how you have to treat that how you'd want someone to treat it for you. So I'd never speak about a personal subject or that type of thing with my friends.
Very nice. They're also concerned you would weaponize it against them in a future argument.
No.
No.
No. No.
Okay.
That's so bad.
I'm kind of like trying to trap you, but yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
JJ, you feel like it's a good idea to be emotionally open and vulnerable in front of a woman that you like?
Yeah, I think so. I think just being yourself and just like emotionally vulnerable and just like happy, I guess.
Okay. Have you ever cried in front of a woman?
Yeah, plenty of times.
How was the response?
It was fine. It was normal. It wasn't like.
She wasn't like turned off or called you
No.
weak or anything?
No, not at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's never worried you at all?
No, I don't think so. I think in front of a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know, cause I think they said it's worth being around him because I mean, I guess he's not a bad. This is similar to what you'd look at he's like a surfer bro. I'm assuming females are attracted to that. I think they'll overlook maybe some of that softness because they expect him to be soft anyways because of how he looks. You don't look at a surfer dude a lot of times and be like, yo, he's gonna go chop down a tree. Usually people on the West Coast, they're not seen as that type of person anyway. So maybe it's just the culture's changing.
Well, sweet. That's about it.
There you go.
Zach, if a woman says you can be open with her emotionally, or do you believe her?
Sure. Yeah. I guess so.
Have you ever been emotionally vulnerable or like cried in front of a woman?
I don't believe I have, actually.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah. Do you feel like it would be a turnoff to future dating prospects?
Potentially. I don't know. I've never been like in a relationship, so
Okay.
so I don't know.
Are you on Tinder or anything?
No.
How are you gonna meet a girlfriend?
I don't know. Hopefully it just happens. I don't know.
All right.
She falls out of
that's
tree.
about it.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Mary, has a guy ever cried in front of you?
Yes.
Did you call him a bitch?
Absolutely not. No. Actually, I think that it shows great strength to cry.
Very good. Guys are scared it makes them look unmanly.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a turnoff to the woman. Do you feel like it's a bad idea too early on in the relationship?
No, I think that it shows that he's comfortable in front of you, and that it can build community.
Don't do it, guys. Don't early on in the relationship. Don't be crazy, extreme with any of your emotions. If you're sad, you can be sad. You know, you can be like, damn, man, that's crazy. You know, it's like that. You shake your head. You feel something start tearing up, you can walk away, be like, hey, gotta go to the bathroom right quick. You know, don't let them see that because you're already going to have a harder chance as it is, especially if it's earlier, like crazy early on, like a couple weeks in. It's like, you don't want to put that out there because she's going to see that from you and, you know, judge you based on those early experiences, right? So be careful about crying in front of, you know, people in general. The only people who I'd say you can cry around are very, very like extremely close people. But usually it's going to be, you know, usually like a parent or a sibling or possibly even, you know, your spouse, you know, but that's the minimum, unless it's like unless an extreme event happened, like an extreme event, that's the only way. If it's not an extreme event, then nah, man. Nah, it ain't gonna do good.
Communication skills between the relationship. So that's, I don't know, I think it's a good thing, depending on the topic.
Very nice. Do you feel like, in general, most women gossip?
She said it, depending on the topic. Y'all caught that?
Depending on the topic.
Hold on.
Comfortable in front of you, and that it can build communication skills between the relationship. So that's, I don't know, I think it's a good thing, depending on the topic.
Yeah, it depends on what you're crying about. It will build the relationship and make things stronger, but it depends on what it was about. If it's about they got your order wrong and you start crying, that's a problem. But let's say a person that's very close to you passed away. Okay. And it just happened, and then you're in the car with them, and you got the news, man. He can't really he's locked in the car going down the interstate 90 miles per hour. Like, he can't jump out the car. Like, you're there next to him and he starts crying about it. It's like, okay. But, if one sock is longer than the other and he starts tearing up about it, it's a problem. It depends on what it's about. Comment down in the below if y'all caught that.
Very nice. Do you feel like, in general,
That's what
most
they don't
women
talk about.
gossip about their boyfriend's flaws behind their back?
I personally don't. I think it's private. But
Yeah, right.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I
I
promise.
believe you. Is it okay for a guy to cry in front of a woman?
Yes. That's sweet. Well, no, I care.
Or it's not I guess the concern is it's a turnoff. It makes them look unmanly, maybe.
Yo, the girls on these campuses have a lot to think about, bro. I'm just saying.
Not at all.
I don't think crying is the definition of masculinity.
Right. Okay. Do you feel like, guys are also scared that women might weaponize it in a future argument or talk about it with their girlfriends and stuff like that? You think that those are valid concerns?
No.
It's invalid.
No, I think that's sweet. Like, they care. Or they're sad.
Should men be more emotionally vulnerable?
Yes. Go for Please.
I think that you should live genuinely and be authentic, and it's okay to have emotions.
Yes. Staring them
Is it alright to stare at the camera?
You're staring at them.
Sorry, I'm getting some good content. Basically, we should just be loving to one another. I'm serious about this, okay?
See, bro, they laughing because they know this is not how she talks, bro. They know it's bullshit. They know it's bullshit, and they're not taking the conversation serious because they know it's trash what they're saying. That they don't believe it themselves. They know how they are. That's why they're laughing.
So hold on. You don't think too you don't think too early on in the relationship it's a turnoff maybe?
No, okay, at least not for me.
Can I speak my truth?
What are they crying about?
Okay, I think.
See, the thinker got it right. It depends on what they're crying about. It depends on what they're crying about. That's important.
Context matters.
I think that if you are experiencing grief, it's okay to cry. And that emotions are emotions. And that we all have to cry someday. It's okay.
All right.
What if
That's about
you're a
it.
musician? If you're a musician.
Harry Styles can cry.
Oh, of course. Wait, I was not talking about Harry Styles. He's not a local to Nashville. We're in Nashville right now.
Belmont University.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you already did the intro?
Can we be in the intro?
Nashville, we do these every week.
Stop, I want to follow.
Hello. I'm Emma.
That's about it, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
we're done. We were not done.
Yeah, if you want to keep
All of
talking.
this. Basically, my opinion on the matter is that we should treat each other with love and care. And if that means being willing to tolerate some tears, it's okay.
Bro, girl on the right must be dastardly, bro. Them two girls don't take shit she says serious. She left a lot of dudes in her trail. Because especially Blondie on the left knows a lot of shit about girl on the right, and she does not connect with the shit that she's saying, and it's fucking hilarious. How many people that you know you actually do that to? Like, they say some shit and you're like, damn. you just gotta laugh internally, like, bro, you don't mean shit you just said just now. You know, and that's what's funny, you know, when people censor themselves, that's what happens, man.
And we're in Nashville, and there's a lot of artists here. Sometimes artists just need to speak their vulnerability. And if that's through tears, that's also okay. But they can also write a song about you, so it's okay.
All right. That's about it. Yeah. I appreciate
I want
it.
to see this. I better feature.
If you just type in loft.
Oh, whoops it out.
Oh, wow.
It's my
Merch.
merch. Get the merch, shoploft.com.
Yes! Yes. Oh my gosh.
Imagine the edits he's gonna make on this. He's gonna make us look like terrible people. He's gonna he's gonna be like,
Or we might not make the cut.
people on Kanye West. No. Oh my gosh, that's Belmont. No.
Yeah.
This has this has 2 million followers.
Well, no. Yeah, but only like 30,000 of them.
Because people around us are going to see
late to Dr. Floria. You had people on dating apps, people on Kanye West, and we got stuck with men on vulnerability.
You know the guy at UTK that does this?
Say what?
You're better than him.
Yeah,
You're like 2 million?
Who are you talking about?
Famous.
I was inspired to do this video from a Reddit post. You can the link will be in the description somewhere in one way or another, and a lot of it rings true. Obviously, I think obviously girls they don't have a choice but to be unattracted to men that show any weakness. It's biological, obviously, you know? The same way we have no choice but to be attracted to voluptuous titties and ass, whatever, you know, it's we don't have a choice. It's not
sign of fertility.
Okay? So, I'm not trying to obviously, you know, there's all my videos are all the people ons and the chattings are not comprehensive and anecdotal and whatever. Do not conclude anything. They're not scientific. Blah blah blah. Luckily, I'm a huge crybaby. I've about 90% of the women that I've met in my life. Wait, there's no way to.
All right, guys. So I'm guessing he's done talking or done filming, but just like a few of the last ones talked about, man, it depends on what you're crying about. If you're crying about some baby stuff, or you're crying about, how somebody was picking on you or some shit, or you're crying about, oh, your boss has been an asshole to me, or some stuff, is like, all right, man, like, unless your childhood goldfish died, bro, like, don't talk to me with them tears. Okay, so unless like something tragic happened in the past 10 minutes, do not shed no tear, because you're supposed to be the leader. Let the female cry about some bruh. Females cry if, you know, the cheese is too cheesy in mac and cheese. Like, I can't eat this. I can't do it. You know, so let them do that shit. All right, bro. If you start doing it, or you start being emotionally available, and, you know, it's like, no, it's a trap, bro. They just want to be more relatable to you, to have more things to talk about, because that's what they just want to bond. They more with you, and they think being more emotionally available is the way that the bonding will occur. It's like, nah, man. Don't fall for it. Being emotionally available. Be who you are. She picked you not because of your emotional availability. All right. She picked you because of some other reasons, because she liked you. She may like your personality, but the emotional available part doesn't give you a reason to act or appear weak. I promise you, if a girl had a choice between two people who acted exactly the same, and the only difference was this guy cried more than the other, or this guy cries, once a week, and this other guy cries maybe only once every 5 years when a tragedy happens, they'll pick the guy who cries only when the tragedy happens. The people who pick the guy who cries once a week, they just want to pick that guy because they either want to be more valorous as far as like their social standing, or they're just curious as to what that'll look like. Be careful, guys. That's another thing too. Girls will pick shit just because they just want to see what'll happen, to have a new experience, because it's something new. Bro, we can go all the way back to Adam and Eve about eating an apple, and it's like, oh yeah, shit. You mean shit gonna get switched all the fuck up if I eat this apple right now? Yo, when we here now talking about, is it okay for a guy to cry, and how often and for what? So guys, leave a like, share this thing, comment down below. What do you think? Should a guy be emotionally available? What does emotionally available mean? Am I wrong? Am I just a terrible person? Should I cry for you right now? Smear all this up this mic. So all upon this mic. But let me know. It's Ro. I'll holla.